teams having their champion rush condition active. Will we even see any unnecessary risky fights? This might just be the calmest game of Nextera that we ever witnessed, or it could be hell itself unleashing upon the battlefield. Let's find out which flavor of Nextera we will find out here, ladies and gentlemen. It is game number 9. I did not think I would be saying these words. I did not think this tournament would go on for 9 games, but here we are. Will we finally get an Asian champion here in Nextera, or will we be forced to go to game 10?
Game 10, something that is too far out of reach. It's only 3 teams who are missing in the champion rush condition. However, when you trace back your footsteps of main event till right now, the Grand Finals, Nextera has been won by RRQ Kazu, SATUL Esports and AG Global. To add on to it in the Grand Finals, it is Demon Spread. And now going back twice on the given day, it seems like the opening's been found by Shoto on Jun, and that's going to be a confirmation as well. That's the first blood spilled by Team Apex Gaming. Zuez has also been spotted. Shoto is going all out, guns blazing. They missed their chance and they don't want to miss it once again. Even Demon Sprite Jazzy on Titan Esports Club. They're another team who have not activated the champion rush condition, but Demon Sprite have, and they want the hit on this.
Okay, good start for Apex Gaming at the very least. Oh my lord, okay. Alright then, Demon Sprite, they take no prisoners, huh? It's just 1 minute into the game and Titan Esports Club are already out. Completely trampled upon by Demon Sprite. What was that? It was so fast, we didn't even get a chance to register what was happening.
While Team Apex Gaming were picking fights against Aurora, Demon Sprite just swept the floor of Titan Esports Club. They started off good, June. Close by, Sahil Jat was completely surprised, but not much damage. His teammates should be close by. Switch to the Mini Uzi, but it's going to be MP5 coming in from Jun, which does the deed better. And thankfully, I think at least Jun will be happy that none of the other players from Team Apex Gaming were close by. RRQ Kazu have another thing to be worried about. On the other end, Prince comes in as a surprise. Abe was spotting the players ahead, not one behind. And Prince pulls off a sneaky one without telling RRQ Kazu of what's about to unfold.
Yep, they will have to keep pulling off these sneaky ones, especially if they want a chance to win this
They're going
tournament.
in for the rush.
Oh, it seems like they're being a bit hasty right now, but I'm not one to reject that. Even Straw Hats, for that matter, are fighting against AG Global. So there's 2 teams with potential champion rush conditions clashing against each other. Of course, RRQ being the bigger fish to fry over here for Bunny, sprays them down with the BT Ryzen. Prince connects the M590 shot against Duts, and RRQ have lost 2 members. Keep in mind though, RRQ have gone for a split drop, so the rest of the members are nowhere close to match site. Revives are possible for RRQ, but I'm pretty sure that every vending machine is going to be marked right now.
AGAL, after losing their 2 at least to stall Straw Hats, Dew manages to find a knock, but for how long? Uses a quick boost in the pickup truck, runs, but he's running right towards Shocked, and there it is. Straw Hats will be able to convert on him as well. I think a mistake's been done by the Southeast Asian teams. They've let the South Asians get far too comfortable here in the Grand Finals, and that is the reason they're fighting like this. Southeast Asian teams are not even getting a footing. Bigetron By Vitality just lost a player to Revenant X Spark, and we've just been seeing players from Southeast Asia losing one after another in fights, but finally Dix answer back with the shield gun. But for how long? Sohan will be quickly picked up. Wolvin on the other end continuing the aggression on Aurora. Jun gets taken down. They are getting the revives back up, but for how long? The South Asians, they are right now going ham on Nextera.
Yeah, and Revenant X Spark finally get punished for their audacious behavior. Picking up a fight while you're in the water, while you're in the river. Yeah, obviously you're gonna get punished for that. Bigetron, on the other hand, managed to get not only all the reses, but also a hit list onto another champion rush team. But Apex Gaming in a bit of trouble, and they are fighting one of the only teams that do not have the champion rush condition active anymore. Aurora have done just enough. Axel getting that knock onto Sahil Jat gives them the 90, and now in the next game they will have the champion rush condition active as well. That is if Shoto doesn't die off already, and that leads to one of the teams being eliminated. AG Global also suffering quite a lot of losses. They've only got 1 elimination to their name, but they've had to go for at least 4 reses so far. So yeah, they're surviving, but barely hanging on by a thread. Cypher reveals his position. The dash comes through from Shocked, and up close and personal, he goes against him with the Max 7. Another shot by Extrov results in another elimination, which is great if you're a fan of Straw Hats. But SHUL have jumped into third party on this one, and they are getting everything that they want.
Straw Hats, They have nothing to lose. They don't have the champion rush condition activate. That's why they are playing like this. SATL Esports on the other end, they did find the opening against Straw Hats. Nil out in the open. Nade being tossed does not connect. SATL Esports seems like they're deciding to rather back off in this fight. I knew I would have to kind of take my words back. In a couple of the fights we saw between the Southeast Asia and South Asia, it happened that South Asia were a tad bit back-footed. But for the time being, at least, they are still matching. Now, Nil going ahead, Jack. He's close by Bunny as well. They did not rather back off. Straw Hats are getting caught off guard. And look at Bunny, completely surprising. Nil will put him down, but there was a quick challenge coming in from Extra. Extra has not looked brilliant throughout the day, but finally is.
Jack?
He takes both the players down over there, and now still peppering Troll. Comes down to the last life. SATL Esports end up losing almost everybody. Troll making a quick jump. Vending machine is close by. He has 1100. He will be able to at least bring 2 of the players back up. But that was a close call. Almost about to lose the battle from almost in winning ways.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, Prince, even though he got shot by who, he must have been asking where. I mean, who managed to close in the distance, and Prince had no idea. RRQ, yeah, they're keeping eyes on Falcons. And this rivalry is as old as time, but this time Falcons playing rather passively. They're very happy to stay right there in boxing gym, very happy to send out their drones, scout out some information, and start getting some early positioning. And even RRQ for that matter. It's very rare of them to just hold on to a compound this early on in the game. Usually they only do this after the 3rd circle, but hey, I guess Champion Rush makes for strange practices, but SHUL continue losing their members. They just managed to survive the onslaught against Straw Hat, and now they lose 2 players again, this time to AG Global.
All Gamers Global. They were the very first team who had the Champion Rush condition active, and they've still not managed to close. SATL Esports on the other end, a little bit receiving a lot damage, eliminations, losing players. They need to get a little comfortable here on next era. If this continues, they will end up losing another opportunity. Troll just got them back. And you can see 2 of the players are still now diving. They're still free floating, meaning they're not yet off to a footing where they can feel comfortable. And comfort is no team suit as of now, because 9 teams having the championship condition, everybody's under threat.
Yeah, I mean, you're feeling so uncomfortable right now that you're literally hanging on to a thread in one house.
Everybody's second guessing themselves.
Exactly, right? And I mean, they're going against their own natural playstyle. I've never seen RRQ have all 4 of their players in the same compound. Unless it's like the 7th circle and there's no other room left. RRQ generally love to split drop. That's not happening. Falcons already taking the slanted roof house. Meanwhile, Demon's Pride also getting in here. Why are so many teams coming in this close? It seems like they've figured out where the final circle will be. But to make a bet on where the final circle could be in the 2nd zone itself, that is massive. That takes a lot of game knowledge. I certainly couldn't have predicted this. Maybe these teams, they are onto something over here, because even Hotshots have now taken up the big boxing ring compound.
The worst time to get your survival instincts activated is not when you have the championship condition, is when you want to activate it. But it's rather turning the other way around, and which is putting teams in a dicey situation. And Aurora and Straw Hats, they're off to a running race here. Straw Hats already have 10 eliminations. Aurora, they did have an initial clash which did not work with Team Apex Gaming. After that, they brought it back. They put suffering towards Team Apex Gaming. So they too surviving here means the 9 teams have to be worried in case they end up coming in the final fight, in the final circle. They taking it away, then we go to game number 10, and I think that might still be running. And Mahal finds an opening. The M82B on the axle of Aurora. They're far further away, so that confirmation is not coming anytime soon. But the Deca Square is completely getting lit up. Like there's going to be a show right now. And yes, we are in a show of who is going to win FFMAI 2026 summer.
Yeah, this is going to be the most nail-biting show. Most shows are here to entertain. This one is here to give you anxiety. Look at the amount of colors. I think the teams have already figured out where the final zone could be, right? I mean, there's no way teams are going to start betting on the final zone with such close proximity, in such close proximity of each other. Oh, yeah, let them come in as well. They were the only ones missing, right? Like, who else do we need? We need Revenant X-Park in here. Apex Gaming have also arrived. AG Global have also arrived. Everyone just gathering a compound near the boxing ring. Now, obviously, the teams who got in here first, I think they're onto something better. They probably know exactly where this could be. But if at all, and I know it's very unlikely that the zone will shift away from here, but if at all the zone shifts away from here and all of these teams are wrong, oh, it would be so entertaining. Although,
it is.
There's no way that so many teams have predicted the wrong circle, right?
Yeah.
It goes right here. Still up for grabs.
Just going back over the years of FFMAI 25 to 26 spring. In 26 spring, the teams right now playing, none of the teams are there. However, going back to 25, Team Falcons and Bigetron by Vitality looking forward to their Booyah here, still fighting. They are the only teams still not having their title, who have been there in FFMAI 2025, missed their chance then, are still here. Kerry got on the other end, nice angle that he spotted at the edge of those tires from the monster truck and will get the knock, but that's all. As of now, I just see teams chipping off each other and doing nothing else, and that is going to affect them. This is not how we want the grand finals in terms of converting. We can clearly feel the fear between all teams of losing a championship that they are almost in wraps of.
This is what high pressure feels like.
Yeah.
I have a prediction to make over here, Lucifer, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right. For the next zone, we will only see knocks. We will not see confirmations. We will not see full sends. You will not see close range battles. You'll only see long range knocks and frags being exchanged because none of these teams can afford to take the risk of full sending it onto another team right now. Of course, unless you're Aurora or your Straw Hats where you've got like nothing to lose, you're probably just going to hold your ground.
Right, so now everybody's just holding their ground. Circle
and holding
is
their
about
breath.
to shift. And holding their breath indeed. Because nobody knows where anybody is and nobody is taking a fight with anybody. Somebody is gonna take this, and this is like that. You know, he knows, they know, how you know, who knows what knows. Just knows that this is somebody knowing somebody, that somebody can pull off something, but nobody knowing anything that can happen here.
Yep.
And doesn't make sense.
It's the paradox of knowledge over here, Lucifer. You know where your opponents are. You don't know who's on the other end, but you know that there's a 75% chance it's a team with another champion rush condition. So that's why they're just holding on. Apex at least splitting up. They go for 2 compounds instead, but oh my god, look at that. RRQ and Revenant X-Pac. We might finally get to see a close range battle over here after years of silence. It feels like it's been decades since I last saw someone getting eliminated, but it might just be Sohan. Yes, he does. Dutz blows him apart. Another nade in response, but the graffiti blessing protects them for the time being. The reinforced glue UAV keeping Revenant X-Pac on the bottom floor, even though they want to climb up on the staircase. Sohan gets raised by Kunal, but Abai and Rans, they both jump in with their SMGs. The Thompson and the Mac 10 spraying down Revenant X-Pac, and this spark is being extinguished. RRQ repel away the invaders and declare this as their house.
This is why teams are holding compounds. Not because they don't want to go for a fight, because they know every team wants a fight. And whoever has the advantage of holding a compound, they will win over it. And right now, Team Apex Gaming going in for a punch as they're entering the boxing gym. But that position is not safe. Hot shots are also in, and above, we already spoke about it on the roof, are Straw Hats. Team Apex Gaming in their rotation against the shots being taken by the Falcons. They somehow safely entered with the boxing ring will finally make that ring a thing coming through, and Hot Shots will have to take a fight with Team Apex Gaming because the circle shifted and none of these teams are safe. And now all gamers global, they also enter. Right as of now, this boxing gym is gonna be a ring for everybody to decide one of these teams to stand tall.
The gloves come off, the heavyweights, the lightweights, the welterweights, every single team with different types of firepower will be clashing against each other. I mean, there are weight classes in boxing, but none of that exists in Free Fire. Everybody's on the equal footing over here because everybody's equally screwed. They try to take the mini launch pads, but they're getting shot down midair by RRQ. Abai and Maal with their AWMs are doing such a great job. Even the God sprays them down. Dew, last man standing, or rather the last man flying, has to get inside the arsenal, but the moment his feet land on the ground, he's gonna get shot. He survives! Oh my god! That is actually incredible. So he should be safe for at least the next 1 minute, but I cannot say the same for SHUL because they are trapped like sardines against Straw Hats. Troll with the up-close shot and the aim with the AWM does get the knock onto Who, but can this be done?
Team Apex Gaming are close. They're trying to take this fight as an advantage where Straw Hats were getting taken down, but KD God is knocked. Bigetron by Vitality stuck inside the same compound. During the meantime, he'd actually picked up on one before still surviving for the team. This fight, Team Apex Gaming, SATL Esports and Bigetron by Vitality all surrounded, and there is a team who's already tossing nades from across, making sure none of these three make it out, and it seems like it should be Straw Hats, and it is.
Straw Hats acting like the spoil sport over here. Look at that Falcons destroying DP. SHUL get caught in the crossfire as well. 2 seconds and 2 teams eliminated. Oh my god. AG Global go down as well. They got shot by a NAS. What on earth am I watching? From 9 teams with Champion Rush condition activated to only 4 standing right now. This could be incredible. Toja, he needs to hold on to this. He cannot afford to relinquish this zone. This could be the chance for Bigetron to finally make this happen because they've got all 4 players alive, several Champion Rush condition teams down, and they've got the zone advantage too. They couldn't close it out in 2025, and they cannot afford to let this one squander when they've got so much advantage. Aurora forced to relinquish that arsenal. Now we're gonna get showered by all the grenades. Look at the amount of melters being thrown towards them. But look at that monster truck. Rotasi! He just hops into the truck hoping he'll be safe, but Seep and plucks his head clean off of his shoulders. RRQ get eliminated. Hotshot trapped between a rock and a hard place. Trapped between Falcons and Aurora. Can they actually survive this one? Zeus goes down. Even KD God is taking pot shots at Hotshots, but Seabank is the one who gets the last laugh.
Bigetron by Vitality, they're the ones right now acting as the fortress, the wall before any other teams start entering the circle. Down to the last 5 teams, Limit X7, the last man standing for Falcons. Quicks down, nothing works, and they are taken down. Bigetron by Vitality, slowly building up. But Team Apex Gaming, they're on the roof. They've spotted Bigetron by Vitality. They were the ones who were closer. SATL Esports got eliminated. On the other end, at the zone, Hotshot get eliminated. Down to our last 2 teams who have the Champion Rush condition activated in the mix of 1 straggler of Straw Hats.
Yeah, I do not think Extrov can make a difference over here. All he can do is pray that he is able to somehow miraculously clutch the Booyah and take us to a game number 10, but that is rather unlikely. It's Bigetron versus Apex Gaming, the champion of this FFMAI versus Bigetron, the team who's already had another shot at FFMAI previously, but they were not able to close it out before. Will this be a repeat of 2025? Or will this be a game where Bigetron can finally call themselves the champion? After years of toiling away at this tournament, after years of dominating and scoring the most amount of points, can they finally close out by winning the Booyah? Or will Apex Gaming become the Apex Predator and stand in their way?
Team Apex Gaming, now they have their opportunity as Straw Hats' last player is down.
There you have
They're
it.
the India champs. This should be a chance, but Bigetron by Vitality, the zone's closing in. They're out in the open, only a monster truck to cover. Whereas Team Apex Gaming, they're ahead of this game. 1 player on the roof, he could provide the cover fire. And Shoto is ahead of it. He wants to go for a flank. Nade being tossed, will not do the damage. Koja wants to help out. Riptide isn't being used. Sibeng is down. That's the first opening. Shoto's found it. Can they quickly run? Yes, Sibeng is back up. Koja puts Shoto down. This is looking like trouble. 2 of the players are down. It comes to the last 2 from Team Apex Gaming. Bigetron by Vitality are making it possible. KD God, the only one on the roof. Bigetron by Vitality have all their 4 players standing. Team Apex Gaming missing this opportunity, but KD God still relenting, making sure as the IGL, if there is hope. But Bigetron by Vitality, the thing that they missed in FFMAI 2025, they want to get it now, and they will with this Booyah in game number 9 and become the Free Fire Max Asia Invitational 2026 Summer Champions.